Here's the truth that you need to know when you get on a sales call, and that every single closer needs to know. So if you have a sales team, tell them this. When leads get onto a call with you, they ultimately become pathological liars. Okay, and what that means is that they will say to the DM setters, I have this amount of money, and they will get on a call with you, and they'll say, I don't have that amount of money. And then you sit there thinking, well, my DM setter told me this, and then you get off the call, then you start blaming the setter. I want to give you something. Whatever the lead said to the setter or put in the application form is the truth. Because at that point, there is no friction. There is no pressure. And again, you got to keep in mind, if they're getting booked in from a DM setter, the DM setter isn't a DM setter, they are the offer owner. So if I'm Daniel and I'm a setter, well, I am acting as Jack, which is the offer owner. So they have absolutely no reason to lie to Jack, the offer owner. So when the DM setter asks, hey, how much money do you have? Yeah, I've got this job, I do this. I've got about $3,500 spare to be able to invest into this education. So then they book them in, as they should. And then they get on a call with you, and then they tell you, go through the call, and they tell you, I don't have that amount of money, I need to get my finances together. They are lying to you. Do not blame the setter, because they aren't lying to the setter. They're lying to you because you are pressuring them. You're putting them in an uncomfortable position. You're putting them in a position that they haven't been in before. Now, this isn't bad, because being on a call where you are basically telling people your belief here is wrong, this is the belief that you should have, is uncomfortable. But what comes with that is you have to realize that with that uncomfortability also comes being a pathological liar. So they will say any excuse and reason to get off the phone, but it is not the truth, and you have to not take it as being so literal. You have to literally take it as a grain of salt. I'm curious, you said, to the offer owner that you had 2.5K. What happened? What happened since then? It's only been 24 hours, right? Call them out for it. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, but, and then they'll start to kind of break down a little bit of maybe they spent it all, which they probably didn't, or other excuses that you can continue to break down. Because really, they're just trying to get off the phone. And this is what separates a closer from a salesperson. I don't treat my sales reps as closers, I treat them as salespeople. Closers rely on layups, salespeople sell. And a salesperson goes into a call wanting them to try and get off the phone, because what a salesperson does is changes their beliefs and takes them from being here to here. Okay, so having this mindset to having this mindset. That's what gives salespeople real ego and real reward. It's being able to shift people's entire perspectives and what they believe in to be what we need them to believe in. And with that is, again, when these leads come on and being pathological liars, it's your job to be a salesperson, not a closer. Be a salesperson and talk to these leads and uncover real reason is, right? Uncomfortability, I'm scared. Maybe you just haven't done a good job, right? So the whole idea of this video is just to tell you that it's never a DM problem. It's never a setter problem. It's actually a you issue. So you should never get mad. You can always ask questions, of course, like, hey, what happened here? This person said this, whatever, but you should always understand that it's actually always you. You have the full control here. You have all the leverage, right? It's you that they're lying to. It's not the setter. So when you get on your next call when you get on your next call and they lie to you and they say that they have different money than what was initially said earlier, call them out for it. So I'm curious, what happened? You said that you had, I can see here, you said you had $3,000. What happened? Right, now they would try and say some shit, and then you just keep breaking it down, layer by layer, to the point where you really get under why they're really wanting to get off the phone, which is scarcity or whatever it is, and then you can really break down the real objection and make them feel more comfortable. All right, so take everything I've said here, take it onto your next sales calls, and you'll make a lot more money.